We're red. Mike will be on here shortly because I was talking to him just before the show started. And so today, while we're waiting for Mike, number one, remember to share the show, get out to your fans as well as mine. That helps a lot when that happens because this thing is gaining momentum every day. So cool to watch all that stuff happen. Also, now, while we're still waiting for Mike, I'm just so happy with all this stuff. One piece at a time going on with the musical map of Missouri. Had a great podcast on that today. Thanking so many of the people who have helped during this incredible season. Can't wait to see that thing start finally rolling and getting more and more acceptance. And so definitely am a big fan of that, seeing all the stuff happen. And now I need Mike to come on here pretty soon because he's a part of so much of the stuff that I'm doing. And I'm so happy to have him on now with all this branding stuff, everything else going. We had a very good day today. It was a very different day, but it was very good. Make sure to share the podcast. Let people know about this wonderful crane experience because, as we say, as Bruce Spielin always says, the center of the universe is Crane, Missouri, and that is entirely true. Everything I'm having, every discussion I'm having, points to that fact in one way or another. And so very cool to see. I know that Mike was coming on because I talked to him 2 minutes ago. There he is. There he is. Let's see.
Well,
hello, Mike.
I'm a minute late. Jeez.
That's totally fine.
No, I'm 2 minutes late.
It's totally fine. I used the time very well. How are you, Mike?
I need to brush up on that a little bit. Okay. I'm good. That's what my sign says. Where's it at? Oh, my name's not up there.
Oh, no. That just says our names on this thing. Mike Reed and Dale Wiley on Knee Deep in Rubber.
Oh, I wrote where I put my name, it said Monday, so good to me. In other words, name that song.
I know that. That's it.
Monday.
That's the Papa song.
That's old.
I know.
Yeah, I'm doing good. If anybody sees this and you want to help an old guy out,
right?
Well then, send money to Dale. He's an old guy. No, no. Through all the little things I've been going through, I've ended up. I guess it's a type of neuropathy thing, numbness in my feet.
Right.
But the worst thing is, it's in my fingers. And it's really playing a game with playing the guitar. I mean, it's I still play just fine,
right?
But I can't play like I did because some of the feeling is missing.
Yes.
And yeah, you go to play a chord and it don't sound quite right, and you look at that finger. Oh, that finger needs to be there. Okay,
right.
So I see all kinds of things on Facebook and everything, this cream and this and this and this and this. So if anybody knows of anything that just helps that,
right,
or exercises or things you can do, I need to get in. I need to ask my primary doctor down here too. I probably need to go to a natural shop where they do natural.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I ran into some of that stuff when I was younger for toothaches. I'd go in there and they'd give me something here, squirt this whole thing on the tooth. Bam, it was gone. So anyway.
It definitely does.
So that's my day.
How about your ears? What happened with your ears and the popping?
Well, I now have big tubes sticking out of them. Can you see them? No.
I heard about that.
Well, divers, deep sea divers, skin divers, a lot of people that have a lot of pressure that do it all the time for a living have this done. They put a little thing that's about the size of the end of a pen,
right?
Ballpoint pen. They put it in your eardrum, make a little hole, and it goes in there, and it relieves pressure. So now, like if you were in an airplane, now if I'm in an airplane, I won't get any of the stopping of the ears and having to yawn. It won't happen. It just won't happen.
Uh-huh.
Now, it seems like I just got that done today, both ears.
Right.
The only bad part, he said, when I make the little hole, it's going to sting a little.
Um,
Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And he did that, or well, down in there. And I did, ow! I did that thing because, yeah, it stung a little. And, but he said it's because I'm doing a hyperbaric chamber
right.
for my foot. And that's this thing they put you in this like big giant tanning bed looking thing, and it sucks all the air you're breathing out as it puts in pure oxygen. So for about 45 minutes, you're breathing 90% oxygen.
Right.
And they got to change it back to where you were.
Um,
And I'm probably going to be doing that about every day. They said you feel really good when you get out of it. So it's
and you only got one of those things. Is that right? You had one, and then the problem started. Is that right?
this one. Everything's backwards here, but I had one that it stayed stopped up for like 3 or 4 days.
Right.
So the nurse today, she said, well, after the doctor saw me, she goes, is he going to do both of them or just one? I said, I think he's going to do both. And he came in, she goes, you going to do both? He said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do both because here's the deal. He said, you only need it in one.
Right.
Really, but we don't know. We might do that one, and you might go tomorrow and get in they call it in the tank. You might get in the tank, and all of a sudden the other one stops up, and then you got to come back over here, or maybe 3 or 4 times it stops up, and then that puts you on. Now I would think more like, well, okay, let's just do the one, see how it works.
Right.
But it doesn't make any difference. Eventually, he said, it's not that they fall out; they just kind of dissolve, just go away, and all you got to have is the little hole in your eardrum. It should just heal up by itself.
Good.
Because it's a real little hole in its skin, and it just kind of. He said there's a 1% chance that if that don't heal, but he goes, have you ever had ear problems or been operated on or your ears? I said no. I say a lot, and people say you're losing your hearing, and I go, no, I'm not. I'm just selective hearing.
Right.
So, oh well, all I've been going through for the last 6 months is just another thing. It's
exactly.
I said, can I put ear pods in? Yeah. Can I put headphones on? Yeah.
Great.
I said, you can do everything just like you always did. It might be. It might be better. It may make my hearing. It's by no means any type of hearing aid thing. This is just relieves pressure. So that might be a good deal. And so, hey, we were talking earlier.
Yes.
I had showed you that. Where's that at?
Exactly.
When I was in Nashville, everybody said we need a karaoke card. So whenever you do karaoke, we can pass this out. So I'm getting a karaoke card.
Right.
But in Nashville, I also wanted people to know I'm a singer and a songwriter. I'm an entertainer. So I drew this up.
Wow.
I thought that's kind of cool
very cool. Yeah.
But people would see that and they go, "Oh, this guy, this is an entertainer here," because one, it says entertainer, but two, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I made that. And of course, my Boogie Heads card is that because Boogie Heads is 3 heads, and it says Boogie Heads, and the little thing says not your ordinary entertainment.
Right.
So when as far as a branding thing goes, if anybody sees that, they go, I see, not your ordinary entertainment. Okay, it's some type of entertainment. It's got a head, Boogie Head. It's got heads. Man, let's check in. And then on the back, it's got all the information. It's got on the back, it says all this type of stuff. It says, get the boogie fever.
I get that.
DJ, karaoke, magic, one-man act, ventriloquist, washboard act on America's Got Talent. And I can't read this backwards.
Your phone number on there.
I think it says dinosaur neuterist. Okay. Oh no, it's got my websites and phone number.
Exactly.
But me and you, we were just discussing branding.
We were discussing that.
Well, branding is just so important. It's got to because that's your
Absolutely.
if you're the sheriff and or if you're the police, the head police guy in Crane, Missouri,
Right.
you need a badge.
Exactly.
People go, oh, he must be the police guy here,
Right.
so they know what that is, and that can be there's a lot of people that do that stuff and charge a lot of money to do it because the money's not so much for their artwork, but it's for the ideas. And they, you'll have people that can tell you, okay, tell me what you need something branded for.
Right.
Now we're going to give us a couple days and we're going to tell you what it needs to be.
Right.
We're going to show you like 6 different kind of what we would suggest. And then, I don't know, because me and Dale are involved in some stuff here, and it's we're involved in an entertainment thing for Branson, Missouri. That could be in any city.
In all yes.
If it's some city where there's tourism,
exactly,
and people like to see shows, yeah, it could be there. And we're pretty deep into that.
We are.
There's just a lot doing it. I mean, it's not like going down and renting a building, putting some T-shirts in it for sale.
Right.
There's a lot to it, and we're in the process. We're getting well. It's just we got to find some with some partners, investors. I mean, it's anything you do.
Right.
Go down the strip here in Branson. 90% of the stuff here has investors behind it, or the money that decided to make this, and that's how they make money off of it. And we're in the process of that. And we're talking to a lot of people.
Right.
Janice Dickerson's a person here in Branson. She's very good at promoting and stuff like that. And we've talked to her some.
Right.
Last night I was on an interview the other day with Mark. I can't say his last name, Aldred or something like that. He's at the Nashville. I went last night and saw he has a little one-man show.
Right.
It's hard to be a one-man and entertain people, but he did a really good job.
Okay.
And he drives a new Corvette, so that's
that's nice.
I just found out if you do a one show a week on Sunday night, and you can drive a new Corvette, then I think we need to change what we're trying to do. Okay.
Yes.
And heck, we'll do 2 shows a week.
That's right.
We can get 2 Corvettes. Okay. But I did that last night. Janice, I wanted to go see it, and it's really unique. It's what used to be Mel Tillis's theater. I think it's called Nashville Star or something. But there's a huge auditorium, and then there's a smaller one. The smaller one's the one we was in, but it was still 100, 150 people seat that many. It's really nice. But that's where, years ago, in the late 90s sometime, I did a show all summer, me and my band there.
Right.
And that's the room. Back then, it was a dinner theater restaurant with a stage, and that's where we did our show. And that's when I wrote a song of mine called Mom and Dad that Mel Tillis, Roger Miller, all these guys used to bawl their eyes out every night to that song. So I'm supposed to perform at this theater the 28th on a Sunday night, the end of the March.
Yes.
And be the middle act. Mark would come out and do his 40, 45 minutes. I come out and do 30 minutes or so, and then he ends up the show. I think that's one thing I'd probably be doing my washboard. I'd probably be doing cigar box guitar, singing, and I'd probably tell the story how it's been so many years since I stood every night during the summer, right in that corner back there on the stage. And I wrote this song for my mom and dad. And then see, I can just act like I just thought of this and go, and you know what? I was looking back there and the memories just hit me. So do y'all mind if I just play it for you? I'm just going to play it for you. Is that okay? So anyway, that's what I did last night. And it was, I'm dying that I'm not out performing somewhere, doing something.
Right.
And my main thing is to get my foot healed.
Right.
And Because like I said, that all started out 6 months ago with a doctor telling me he's going to cut my leg off. And I said, no, you're not.
That's
And
a story in itself, too. That's
yeah, that was a shocker. But after I got away from there, and I'm with my wound doctor here in Branson, and he's awesome. And he's told me several times, you're not losing your leg, you're not losing your foot, we're fixing you.
Exactly.
It just takes a little time. He goes, but that's what I do. And I said, that's why I'm here with you, because you're say that's what you do. So and I'm doing these hydrobaric chambers. I tell you, with all the oxygen.
Hyperbaric.
Yeah, and I've been there quite a while going to these people, because when I called today, I said, well, I'm getting the ear thing done today. So what's our plans?
Right.
I go, Natalie, she's the lady that takes care of me doing that. They go, Natalie says, be here at noon tomorrow. They're going to put you in the tank. In the tank.
That's awesome.
All these doctors, they have all these words for everything that scares you. I mean, we're going to have to put tubes in your ears.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be like a Dr. Seuss character with big tubes and horns coming out of my ears.
Right.
But yeah, so it's been a good day. I mean, I dreaded this really bad.
Right.
And so this is done. So there.
It's done. Wasn't that painful either, so that's good.
Yeah, it's just patient.
For me at all. So I don't care about you, but it wasn't painful for me at all. So
yeah, I know I've never really been sick in my life other than a cold. I've never been in a hospital. I've never broke any fingers or feet or leg.
Yeah.
All this that I've been going through is just a shocker.
Oh yeah.
And it's okay. It's okay. It's done for a reason. I don't know.
Yes, it's all happened at the time that we're getting on here, and all this stuff is going. It's going, and it's coming to one point, which is to make you a star in this town, and all of us a lot of money. That's our goal.
Well, this thing we're working on, it's very unique.
It
And
is.
if you'd be interested in being an investor or a partner,
DeLoyShow@gmail.com. Let's say it again.
We'll talk to you about it. And
or if you want to know Mike and want to be on the show, I'd love to have you in here to talk about that too, because that's important too. We need to have people that know Mike from the past that need to be on here.
Now is this on live right now? Can somebody watch this while we're doing it right now?
Well, I can do it that quick, but I could do it for tomorrow. Sure, I could do one for tomorrow.
Yeah, see, the other day, whenever I did the interview with this Mark, we did it at the little hacienda here in Branson. We sat outside in the sun, and and he just did it live on Facebook.
Right.
And I've had, when I got home later that day, it had already had 77 views.
Right.
Just a few hours. And now, even when I went in the theater last night, when the ticket girl, she looked and she goes, I know you. I go, you do? She goes, I watched you on Mark's interview the other day. So I have a whole bunch of people that just happen to be flipping through Facebook and watch that.
That's one thing that I want to say is our show now gets about 200 views in the same time. It's something that's growing every day. It's a big deal.
But I think we need to figure out how people can
come on.
Somebody comes on right now and asks some questions.
Exactly. That's one thing. I'll learn how to do that. But that's one thing that get in here and email it would be for tomorrow. I love that.
Well, we've started out where you've got your other things you're doing, music, Missouri musicians, and you got different things, avenues that you've done with the podcast stuff. And then we got together on this. So actually, this and the other things you're doing, it's not that you're not doing a thing where people can get a hold of us right now.
Exactly.
It's everything's expanding so quick.
Yes, it certainly is.
That it's like, yeah, it's
enjoying every bit of it. It's so fun. And that's the reason why I just want to make sure that everybody knows that if you want to be involved or be on this thing, Dale Wiley Show at gmail.com. Anyone can get on here. I'll be glad to talk to you. Definitely.
Yeah, if you'd like to come out here and talk to us, just get a hold of Dale and just say, hey, could I be on the show tomorrow? Can I be on the show Wednesday? And it's so simple. He'll send you a link.
Like,
Click on the link, and it shows you right there, and it says you're backstage.
right.
And when you're ready to come on, you just click the button, and when he sees you, he goes, "Oh, here's somebody. Looks like Mike's friend in Steamboat Springs is wanting to talk to me." Okay.
Get him on.
Yeah, it's unfortunately we live in a day and time where it's got to be just simple for people, or they're not going to do it.
Right.
I mean, I've got friends that say, "Man, we'd like to get on there every day and talk to you." Well, just do it.
Exactly. It's not that hard. It's one click of one link. It's not that hard.
And Dale will get back with you. I mean, if you write him and say, "Hey," probably within 5 minutes or so,
Yes, I will get back. Unless I'm on a phone call, I'll get back. No problem.
He send you a link. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Janelle.
Well, that actually brings up a good thing to close this thing out, because Janelle was talking to me about how every spring or every fall, Ray Reed would come up to our house with a new car, and he'd just pull the driveway, and my dad would drive it, and we'd have a new car every single fall or every single spring. It always happened, and it was just such a rite of every year.
I can remember that.
Yes.
He'd be like, "I got this. Yeah, I'm gonna take this down to Wiley's house there. I think he'll like this one." You know, it's kind of like forceful selling. It's like
car.
Buying it. Yeah, we've already got it all figured out. Man, you're going, but Dad did do that. Your mom's Janelle. Now,
right.
what did she teach in school? Was it
science? She taught science in junior high.
That's a long time ago. Well, Janelle, I'm here to tell you, it hasn't helped me any in life. No, I just mean it hasn't made me $1 million yet.
Right. But yeah, again, Pete Gibson used to say that we trade the car every time the ashtray gets dirty. He said that because we traded cars a lot in this household, from new cars to old cars, just everything. It was always Ray Reed, though. Ray Reed was always involved.
Yeah, Dad. Well, my dad knew what your dad liked, and and it was always something pretty nice. It was always. They did that though. My dad would. Anytime somebody wanted some type of car, I mean, they could say if he had a Chevrolet agency, and they could say, "Well, we was really wanting a new Buick Electra 225. I'll get it for you. What do you want on it?" And he just knew so many people around the country. He'd call them up and, "Yeah, you got any? Well, we got 3 on the lot. Well, tell me what they are." "Okay, I want that one. I'll drive up and get it." And
right.
yeah, I did the same thing growing up. I mean, it's sad to say, but when I turned 16, when I turned 15 and something,
Right.
I had a new car sitting on his little showroom floor.
Wow.
Small showroom floor. There's room for 2 cars there, but that was his small place in Crane.
Sure.
And he'd asked me, "Son, for your 16th birthday, do you want a Camaro?" Because Camaros were pretty new in that.
Oh, yeah.
"Or do you want a Corvette?" I was like, stupid me. I want a Camaro. Duh. So we got a red Camaro in, and I couldn't get my license for about still another 6 months or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So I spent 6 months putting big tires, wheels, traction bars on the back, headers on it, stereo. I mean, by the time I turned 16, it was like, "Wow, you got that car. It's got everything on it." Yep. And went to Cassville and got my license, because when I turned 16, I had to get my license that day.
Yeah,
and that was the only closest place we could go to. But I laughed. Me and a lot of friends would go down to my dad's garage at night, take our cars inside and wax them, change the tires, and do all kinds of stuff. But then my dad, though, I looked out because he had different times he would put Corvettes on his lot to sell.
Sure.
And he'd tell my mom, "What happened to the red Corvette we had out there? Where? Oh, Mike took it. Oh." He didn't care, but it was as far as cars go, I grew up lucky. I mean,
Definitely.
we traded cars every year and a half too.
Yeah.
Well, there's a knack to that. It's kind of like it's similar to leasing, but you can get a car and buy it and get a good deal on it, and within a year or something, just sell it and start over. You've always got the payments, but that's the same thing with leasing.
Sure.
You're always in a new car and you don't have to worry about anything. And so I don't know. My dad, he would have so enjoyed life nowadays. I mean, he'd probably still been selling cars,
Exactly.
That's what he loved. I told you we went to the car auction in Springfield all the time. Oh my gosh. Just all out there, hundreds of people, and it's all, "Ray, hey Ray, hey Ray, hey Ray, hey Ray." I said, then the people inside where they cook food, they go, "Ray, we got your lunch ready for you. Is that your son? Come on in, we got your 2 plates ready." And he was just, he's kind of like me. Everybody I meet, I get to know.
Right.
And, it just came from being around him.
Right.
I told you I talked to Sid.
Yes.
Sid Meadows used to play with me a long time. I think Sid will be on board with the thing we're doing.
Great.
We're not really at that point. We're looking.
Right.
But we're not really at the point where
Not
we're
yet. Clearly, yes.
So we need to, if we're going to hire people like that, we need to be able to tell them
Yes.
more exactly what's involved.
Yes.
And so that's, we've got a lot of things going on. I'm letting Dale handle all the business end of it, and he shoots me emails and stuff. And
they do keep you involved in everything. I want you to know everything about what we're doing. Definitely, that's important.
Yeah, what we're doing right now is, I don't know if you'd call it it's stuff that's got to be done.
Right, exactly. It's pre-planning and branding. That's what I would say.
And that actually lets you breathe a little bit.
Right.
We know we're going to reach the point on this where we don't have time to breathe. I mean, it's just going to be.
So that's what we're open for, clearly.
Yeah, and we're looking for marketing people and looking for all kinds of people. If you think you might be interested,
Show@gmail.com. Send us a link.
Get a hold of Dale. We only charge what do we charge? $100 to give them an idea of what we're doing, something like that.
It's actually down to 50 now. That's right.
50 discount. Get your half off spring break sale.
Exactly.
Yes. Hey, it's almost spring break, isn't it?
It almost is. I've actually got a funny story about when I got my license, because horror of all horrors, my birthday, just like this year, was on a Sunday, and so I could not get my license till Monday. That was just so unfair to the people of the world. That's just not a big deal, but it was to me because it was Sunday. Should have been Monday.
Yeah,
it's a day later.
Fair. Spring break, I was fortunate. I've done a lot of things. Been in the entertainment business. I've traveled all over the United States.
Sure.
And for instance, now what young guys that are single would not trade for this? Every spring break, we played in South Padre Island.
That's pretty good.
And we got condo on the ocean, and my gosh, I'd laugh. I'd say we're the only ones actually getting paid to be here this week. There's 20,000 kids out here that are, and the funniest thing, like your 7-Elevens or Casey's or your quick shops. Every night when the bars everywhere had let out, back in the hot dog area where they got the little hot dogs rolling and cooking, there would be 20 or 30 college kids back there, and they'd make a little circle where the clerk could not see them, and then have a couple of them in the middle just slamming down hot dogs as fast as they could. But they were good kids because then they put one in a bun and take it up the cash register. One hot dog, please.
Exactly.
After they just ate 30 of them. Oh, fun time.
Okay,
Well,
Rubber, every day 4 to 4:30. It's time.
that's right. Yeah, somebody get a hold of Dale and give us something to talk about tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. Dale Wiley Show at gmail.com.